All right. We're live. We are live here. Just noticed I had a typo. I said day 2. Let me correct that right now. This is day 3 recap. Day 3 recap. Y'all. I am, I'm very, very disappointed here. Very, very disappointed at what the heck just happened in that men's 110 hurdles. But I'll be getting to that a little bit later, because that thing had me looking like this. I'm looking at the screen like this. I'm over here yelling. I'm over here just like, what? I was like, about time people are protesting. They want a protest run. They want to come into this. They're trying to look at this, and they're looking at these things like, okay, you're not about to just take me out of this run. Like, I was like, yeah, about time people start fighting back. I'm like, look, this is a championship. I'll be protesting everything, and I'm a protest run. Like, I'm like, okay. It was just a lot of things that was going on. But before we get into that today, as always, you already know, I'm your host, Nick. You're watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. As always, be blessed, stay rich. Our channel is looking fine AF. And remember, we're building this up to be one of the #1 media sources where we come in about track and field, and hopefully some other sports too. But as we are here, we're building up with track and field. So I find it really interesting. Before I go any further about this, okay, now they talking about lagging me out. There is nothing that is taking my internet away here. I guess I'm just gonna have to close everything out. Like, everything must be closed out or something. Hold on, guys. Hold on just a second. Because now it's trying to lag my computer up. Okay, they're trying to lag me up, guys. They're trying to lag me up. I did a test stream earlier. It was nothing going on, but now it's lagging me up. So I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, how are you guys doing tonight? Before I get into that, how are you guys? Shout out to everybody that's coming out here. Let me quit this thing. Let me take this out. Maybe that'll improve some things going on in the background. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's what we need. Otherwise, I think we're good. I think we're good now. So, Tapper said they got rid of that protest rule. They got rid of the protest rule. Now, this is what I find very interesting. I do understand that this is the World Championships. I do understand it's the World Championships, but guess what? Okay. Now, USATF, the entire season has been kind of overlooking false starts. They've been like, yeah, somebody false start, but we're not really going to enforce it. Look at the pin relays or Drake. One of those two. Mount Sac. There we go. Mount Sac. They had a false start happen, one or two of them. They really didn't even enforce it. To the point where Tim Hutchins, the British announcer, he just was like, yeah, each area is able to delegate how they want to enforce the false start rule. Like, I don't care if they gonna be trying to do the, hey, you can't do under protest. I'm coming here with my NFL money, and I'm coming in with that NFL. Be like, look, let me call it up. Let me get the Eagles to come in. Let me get whoever to come in. Let me get all the teams to come in and be like, look, my NFL, big bank take little bank, and we gonna take this right here. That's what I would have done. I would have had that Gaither. Man, Gaither was a clear false start. But that 0.99, that got to be the perfect start. Because isn't it 1.0 or something, like you can't get under there or whatever it is? The false start rule needs to be after the gun goes off. Really, I don't even like the sensors in general. Because I'm like, that just assumes that we trust the sensors. How we know that the sensors ain't faulty themselves? That's why they still got the human intervention part. But I'm like, look, the sensor could be faulty. I'm like, look, I don't trust technology like that when it comes to people implementing stuff. And track and field been so sloppy. I just don't know, y'all. I just don't know, y'all. They said Usain Bolt got kicked out of the World Championship a couple years ago. Sam, try not to do all caps the next time, but this ain't Usain Bolt and this ain't a couple years ago. This is hosted in the United States where they be overlooking false starts and allowing people to run anyway. And since this World Championships is trying to appeal to the U.S., I think they need to bend some stuff here on the first false start and allow people to run. I'm here for Gaither. Be like, all right, cool, false start. It took more time arguing with her and just could have allowed her to protest run. Like, go ahead, protest run. And then same thing with him. If they trying to stick to a time schedule, well, the time schedule got blown out. All athletes in the future, what I want y'all to do if y'all listen to me, if they ever charge you with a false start or anything, spend as much time and energy arguing back to them and protest. I would protest every single thing. If Great Britain could protest USA on a relay for a completely illegal drone that they had that shouldn't even been allowed to get us disqualified, you can protest them false starting you. You can protest somebody coming past you in that 1500 when Ingebrigtsen came in. So yeah, that's what I am looking at. But here, I don't have any screenshots here for the marathon, but as always, we about to come in with the results as we always do. So let's look at the men's marathon. This morning, it was a perfect temperature, I think, or close to perfect temperature. For that, let me read some of y'all comments here. They said bad luck for Hansel Parchment. Did have him for a medal. Yankee Graham said, yeah. And then Shot 007 said the rules 100% need to be changed, but the rules are the rules at the point. He should have left immediately as the athlete's time to be ready at that moment. Nah, you can still protest. I'm not about to leave. They don't change rules when people just go along with them. It's kind of like being black in the U.S. You don't get stuff done unless you fight and fight and fight. It's just like we'll be the rest of the countries in the world, the Asian countries included, where they just be like, all right, bow down to white supremacy, and then things just happen. Like, no, you fight back against it. If you want things to change, you make it very uncomfortable for everybody else. That's the only time change happens. Just like with kneeling at the NFL, which shouldn't even have been a big deal, except the NFL did a contract with the Army, I think a year or two before that. So they tried to say it's patriotism to stand up. But before that, they never really did. It was demonstrations and stuff before that. So you make a point by being inconvenient. You don't make a point by being convenient and then complaining in the background. So I gotta disagree with you on that one. Gotta disagree with you on that one. But yeah, Parchment, that was crazy. I'm gonna get to that one later with him pulling up right before. That is crazy, heartbreaking. But what I'm gonna do right now is, as I always do, I'm gonna cover the men's marathon. I'm gonna go in order. Men's marathon championship record. Y'all can't see it, but it's a 2 hours 5 minutes 36 seconds. Smashed it. I think it was like 207 or 208. So smashed that championship record. It was like perfect temperature in Oregon. 56% humidity, so it was real humid, actually. So 67, felt like 70. In the 60s is about perfect for the marathon, low 60s. So that was very good. They took out pretty slow, actually. Well, it was apparently slow compared to the times that everybody could have ran. But a 205 is very good. It's very close to that 204 mark. So, I mean, Tamarat Tola for Ethiopia wound up just taking off with about 7-8 miles to go, and then nobody went with them. Yes, they just couldn't go. Garamu for Ethiopia, so they went 1-2, 206.44. It was 206.54, the championship record, but Tola smashed it. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the thing right here. Belgium, Bashir Abdi. So he came in, I think last year they took him and his teammate took those medals at the Olympics. Now they coming through for the World Championships taking this too. So 206.48. So all three of them were under the old championship record. That is crazy. Then we got Cam Levins For the people that are the distance fans here, I'm actually surprised Cam Levins. I've been following this guy since he was a collegiate athlete and then representing Canada after that. I really was like, okay, he's found a home in the marathon. Now, obviously, and he overperformed. He got a national record, so congratulations to him. I got to point out this. Congratulations for the championship record. Let me start with that. With Tamarat Tola. Exciting marathon. Y'all got to go and watch that. Exciting marathon. Cam Levins coming through and setting a national record for Canada, 2:07:09. This was crazy. This was crazy. This was crazy. Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for coming out. But this was crazy for him with their Jeffrey Cameron, season best 2:07:14. He got into a motorcycle accident, or somebody hit him with a motorcycle in Kenya. He had to have surgery on his hip. And some of those injuries, like if you get, that's not even injury. Somebody smashed into him with a motorcycle. That's crazy. While he was on a training run. And so obviously they weren't looking where they were going. Really, the trajectory that he was going, he might have been the 10K champion back in 2021. Instead of the thing that happened. He could have gotten even better placing last year. But it happened in 2020. He's obviously back. The 2:07:14. He was the half marathon world record holder at some point. And then it's good to see him back. I look forward to him next year because that's real hard. That's real hard. Defending champion faded really bad earlier on. Galen Rupp is nowhere to be found. He's 19th place, 2:09:36. In all honesty, Galen Rupp is running about where he's at. I can't say that this is bad for him because he's kind of like a 2:08 marathoner anyway. So when you really think about it, I guess what do you expect for Galen Rupp? He kind of performed to standard where he is. He wasn't too far off where I would expect him to be. He's a 2:08 marathon athlete, and he could have done what he did, like he did on his second marathon at the Olympics, where he got a medal, and that he was just running well within himself, even with the heat and all of that stuff at Rio. But it just wasn't to be the case at this World Championship. He was not in PR shape. He was not looking good. He looked very pale and sick and whatnot. So I don't know what's going on with him. He could be having some personal things, but he didn't look good at all. It was not at all. They said my freaking electric bike would run out of charge, and these runners would leave my bike in the dust. Electric bikes at best hold a charge for 1 hour. These marathon runners would catch you and leave you, the Alpha Man said. Shout out to you, Paulina. You said hello, Nick. No problem, the Alpha Man. You said thank you for the coverage. Yeah, definitely for the moderators. Thank you, Atkinson. Smash the like buttons. Smash the like buttons. I appreciate everybody that leaves a tip in the tip jar on Cash App and PayPal, and occasionally when y'all do on a super chat. I prefer it on Cash App or PayPal when y'all do it, or in crypto, because you know YouTube takes, what is it, almost 50% or something like that, 60%, 50%. I don't know with that. So national record. Let me point that out here for Isaac. I cannot pronounce that. Pofu. Isaac Pofu for Zimbabwe. So that's very good for them coming out. We got a Zimbabwean athlete right here. So that's pretty decent for him. National record. Congratulations. 2:07:56. They over here smashing down these times. Let me look at one more just to make sure. Okay, there you go. Congratulations to him. They said Abdel Yashane will win the women's marathon. Yeah, we're gonna see with those. We're gonna see with those. We're gonna see with those. Let me go over to the next event real quick. And while I'm getting into the heptathlon, I'm going to look at the results of all the events so far. So I'm not gonna break it down event by event just because that's not what I'm gonna do. Tim was looking real good. I will say that. Let's look at all the points. Why doesn't it show the combined summary? Oh, okay. Well, Tim was looking good. I'll just give you a overall because I was watching all the events. Tim is looking good, slightly in the lead over Vetter. Those are going 1 and 2. Katarina Johnson-Thompson switched coaches. Her old coach said from Jacksonville, Florida, or Jackson, Florida. She transferred from there and went back to Great Britain, and she's been there for the last 3 weeks, I think. And the previous coach said, she seemed like she wanted more individual, personalized coaching, and that's not how his coaching functions. They function as a team. There are other athletes out there that used to be her former teammate on that training camp. So she left. It was not the thing that she wanted to do. She's the defending champion. She got injured. She hasn't been looking herself. He also noticed that the relationship started to break apart after she got that silver, I think, indoor this year at the Indoor World Championships. So that's the information that was given to us. So this is very interesting because I think it's a benefit to train with other people. But she wanted specialized attention. So, everybody doesn't work well with every coaching style. I think instead of doing super specialized like that, if it's a team training camp type of thing, you need to know what you're getting into. For athletes out there, some of the semi-pro and pro athletes and collegiate athletes that listen to this channel, when I see y'all comment, you got to think about what type of coaching style that you would want. If you can't handle that, you got to train as a group with other people. You got to ask those questions when you're about to train. So that's what I got to say with that. You got to think about that, because they also said that she didn't smile or nothing. She just hasn't been happy. And I'm just like, look, you got to be able to enjoy the competition as it is while being serious, because you only get this time once in your life. You could look back on some of these athletes. I think Nick Simmons said that. Maybe Carl Lewis. Other athletes have said it in the past where they was just like, man, I'm not sure about Carl Lewis, but I'm just thinking. But they just said, hey, if I wasn't getting that gold, I just didn't feel happy. The whole thing got ruined. Maybe it was Tyson Gay, I think. So you got to remember to be in the moment, y'all. Be in the moment. Take in the fields. Once the competition over, you feel your 5 minutes of slight disappointment after. Just be like, dang, I'm glad I made it here. I'm appreciative. Like, the race is over. I felt disappointed. Now, wow, I'm in Eugene. Wow, I could do some sightseeing now that all my races are over. I can enjoy the moment. So, yeah. So, those are where we're at now. Underperforming is Katarina Johnson-Thompson. Now, hammer throw. Hammer throw, here we go. The result. That's another final we got. Then we got the 10K. Let's get that. Smash up the likes. We got over 100 people in here. Let's smash up the likes. They said KJT. I think that's very weird for me to even say that. I like her entire name. It's got a ring to it, actually. But I can understand why they tried to market the shorter one. But yeah, this is really, really good. This is really, really good today. The USA got first and third. The medal count is going up. And by the way, I'm just going to say this here. They've been listening to this channel. So I'm going to be very careful about the information that I put out. They've been applying some things. We are influencing this channel, other channels, and whatnot. They're starting to apply that. We putting the pressure on them. I'm going to wait until we get bigger. I want y'all to tell y'all friends, whether they're in track or not, tell them to come out. If they're not in track, tell your friend when they come out, be like, hey, I'm subscribing. My friend told me. Tell them to go in the comment section and say, I'm not really a track fan, but my friend told me to subscribe to your channel. Get them to come here, because I'm making this channel try to appeal to people that aren't necessarily fans of track and field. I have thought track and field was boring, a snore fest, and I still kind of feel with that. It sounds ironic because I'm covering track. I run track, so that's why I do that, and I'm running the channel to make it entertaining for somebody like myself. You guys are here as, I guess, similar personalities and want to hear different types of views. But I'm kind of primarily be like, okay, what would I think if I found a channel? What would I be entertained with? If y'all want to come here and get that type of feel that's a little bit different than other people, we're going to talk about some controversial things in quotes. But I'm just gonna try to stick to the facts over feelings about things and try to be entertaining. We got Roast Fest, all types of things here. Get them on this channel. Get them on this channel. Let's grow this outside. I don't care what country it's from. Let's grow this outside as much as we can. I appreciate everybody that's here, everybody that leaves a tip in a tip jar, and everything like that, because we gonna do it. The reason why I bring this up, and then I'm gonna keep going, is because some of the things they apply. You know, they have a team setting now at the World Championships. It's the first 8. So they're trying to slowly tiptoe themselves out of the 1, 2, 3, or else you don't count type of thing. Now they're going into whoever gets the first 8, they score for points. Now, I don't know. They haven't really been highlighting it much after the first day. They haven't said it much over and over. You're supposed to say this over and over until people understand. Then you're supposed to put the graphic on the screen. It's no point in saying it's a, quote, loose team competition if you don't put the graphic on the screen. But otherwise, I'm not going to be here trying to get them more free information. I know USATF, or not USATF, some other people that used to be associated with USATF have applied some of my things that I've told. And since I want to do a track league myself, personally, I'm going to start not saying a lot of the things here. So at this point, until I have it registered and all that stuff taken care of, there's no point in me saying it, because then I'll just give free information. So that's it. They said, I appreciate that Head and Shoulders here for different types of views, Max Staten said, and also likes and subscribe. All right, for sure, for sure. I appreciate it, y'all. He said, talk facts, don't worry about them. Jehovah Rohi said. But here's the thing. I want to just show y'all an example. You don't let people steal your information. I'm going to talk the analysis to a certain extent, and then I'm going to stop it and pull it in, because I want to do some things myself. If at one day I decide not to do it, then okay. I will say this. We got some of these, and just like I do here, we got some of these athletes. They looking pretty good. They some lookers out here. Hey, look, I'm not gonna be blind to some of the athletes that's out here that's looking pretty good out here. Just like the Dina Asher Smiths out there, we got some of the multi-eventers. We got the pole vaulter here from Germany and whatnot. So yeah, they really not doing they're really not doing the details on it. But here we go. Let me get straight back here while I'm all up over here looking at them like this dude. This is a funny, awkward picture. Where's the women's hammer throw? USA got first and third. Medal count going up. Good points right here. And this is really good. Now, what I don't like about this is I don't see the athletes' names here. We got Kasana Void and whatnot up here, but they don't got the athletes' names. What's happening here? What's happening here? But USA first, third, and then we got Canada in second. This was an exciting hammer. These throws have been really, really, very, very good. These throws have been really, really good. You got to check this out on how they were going. They were switching out for the lead. Anderson brought it in strong on the first one. Then we got Kasana Void, and she held it off that second attempt. Then we got Canada coming in with Cameron Rogers. She went 75-52. And just like clockwork, Brooke Anderson, she said, all right, let me throw a looker here. 77-42. 77-56, 78-96. She was trying to go for that championship record. Just missed it. Just missed the mark. But this was real good. This is real good. They said not Germany, Belgium. Oh, yeah. You know what? I kind of get the flags mixed up. Thank you for that correction. But yeah, I digress. This has been very, very good. They said my girl, Dr. Thompson here, got smoked by 2 other Jamaican ladies who were better on the night. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go for the... What's up with them not having the names? Let me refresh this for a second. What's up with not having the names? I'm not liking this because I I'm not liking that at all. I'm gonna look down here. I already know. I forget the Kenyan's name in second right now offhand. So let me go down here and look for the names of the athletes, and they don't have it. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. That's not good. The website is glitching up. There we go. We got Cheptegei with the win, and Burrow with second, and then Kiplimo, which was the youth. He's been doing very well from that World Juniors, World U20, all the way till now. Kiplimo, he's gone up to the half marathon and doing things like that. He's the half marathon beast mode right here. But he came down to this 10K and held his own pretty well. Cheptegei showed that he's not just a slow finisher. He came out just like Letesenbet Gide and came and destroyed them. He came and was like, all right, y'all don't think I can finish fast? I'm going to show you. I don't need to move early on. And yes, he kind of did make a move earlier than Letesenbet Gide, but he just couldn't handle that team strategy that they had. It was clear that Uganda came in to win. This is what Ethiopia used to do. Ethiopia used to have the three teammates. Kenenisa Bekele would control races to try to slow it down for his teammates so they could try to get a 1-2-3. Like, he was that confident in his kick. Celestia Sahim was right behind him. Haile Gebrselassie, when it was there, they tried to repeat the Paris 1-2-3. That was the greatest 10K I've ever seen, in my opinion, out of any of the 10,000 meters race I've seen. Paris 2003, 10,000 meters. Greatest 10K ever, in my opinion, men or women. Now with this one, this was just meticulous. After that halfway point, and they started to go slower. I'm just like, okay. And then here you go. We got the other Ugandan. I forget what his name is. Let me look on this list. Here he is. Kisa. He's over here finished last. He sacrificed himself. He sacrificed himself because he was leading Cheptegei. Cheptegei was tagging him on the shoulder, talking to him like, hey, go, go, go. He was pulling them along. Then Kiplimo took the lead. They went all the way to lane 2. They were switching out. This was a team strategy. I thought this was gonna be one of the greatest 10Ks I've seen. This is one of the greatest 10Ks I've seen. But also what I liked in here was Grant Fisher came in, and I'm very disappointed he didn't get a medal. And I think looking at Grant Fisher in the USA, it was going to be real hard for him to do anything. Like, they set it up. USA was like 1, 2, 3 at some point. That was good for pictures. You know, it's home of, Oregon. It started with, it's kind of like the Prefontaine thing. They kept calling back to him. One of them wore some sunglasses with a mustache and everything. Very much looked like a Prefontaine type of look. So it was a good callback and nostalgia, especially for the old people that were there, that were alive at the time watching, that can remember, and the new people that are fans of Prefontaine and everything like that. It's in the U.S. I like how they did a callback to that. I like how the U.S. was like, hey, look, we're at home. Let's at least take the lead in the beginning. Let's set this up. Fisher, you might be able to do your thing later. But what I don't like with Fisher is he doesn't have a finish at all. Cheptegei worked on his finish, and now he's got one. So this is good, at least for the 10K. Let's see what happens in the 5K. And then Fisher should have been closer. I don't know why he was at the back of the pack. Something tells me by looking at his face, he was barely holding on. He was barely holding on. He was like redlining for about 3 laps before the finish. Because if he wasn't, it wasn't smart for him to be at the back of that lead pack. He should have been toward the front without a finish. If he's going to make that move, that was the difference between him getting a medal and him getting 4th. And so right now he got a 4th. He had the world leading time, 26:33 and change. But really, that's a very disappointing. Although he didn't do... oh, you said Kisa did the same thing last year. Yeah, it happens. It happens. They said they wanted him to run his own race. I think they might share prize money. I think technically you're not supposed to run a team type of thing or be a pace setter for somebody. That's the rule. that you're not supposed to be a pace setter. So that's why he finished the race. Because they did that for El Garouge. Remember, El Garouge from Morocco, he would have one of his teammates go out real hard in the 1500 to pace him through. It just wouldn't work because he tripped that one. He got tripped on another one. And 2 of the Olympics, he just messed up. And then after that, he didn't have a pacer anymore. So it finally worked. But they did it at the World Championships and Olympics. Hisham El Garouge had a pace setter. So it just happens. They sacrifice it. I'm pretty sure they share some money. But congratulations to Shep the guy for the win. Congratulations to you and you representing the, what I think, gorillas. Because they're an endangered species or getting close to there. So congratulations to you and Kiplimo for Uganda. Let's move on to the next event. Now we're here. The hurdles. Discus. That's still the qualification. We got the pole vault final. I forgot to get a screenshot for that other than old good looking person that we got in there. So we're going to go with Nagot. Already got the win. Even though I don't like how they don't have these names here. I guess so many people on World Athletics is probably glitching up. But Nagot. Then we got Morris. She competed at the high school when I was still in high school at our West Suburban Conference Silver. Downers Grove North. Shout out to them. One of my sisters went there actually. So coming from that Downers Grove. So it's good to see people that are in our conference from Illinois, from the Chicago area that make it to the World Championships and Olympics. And yet, once again, she's got a silver. I think she could have won last year, but right now it's proven. Katie Nagot, she got it. She got it. Right now, they said Kenny B is the GOAT. Uganda had the strategy Salomon Barega couldn't deal with. I'm reading some of your stuff, Daryl Richardson. They said, I see why fights happen in distance running. They push folks to the ground. Yo, that did happen in that one qualification round. That did happen. I was like, yo, what is going on with what's her name in the women's 1500? I'm like, dude, what? I know she did trip her. She pushed her twice or 3 times. But yeah, that's why I was like, man, they be throwing them hands in distance races. They throw them hands. So they be fighting right after the race. Haile Gebrselassie got whacked in the back of the head on his first championship run by a Kenyan athlete because he kept running on the back of his feet the entire 10K. And then he finally got pissed because he passed him. And then he was just like, dude. And he punched him in the back of the head at the finish line. So, Sandy Morris, silver. I was pulling for her personally as a personal bias for her to win. She got what it takes to win. And she just didn't do it here, unfortunately. And so, congratulations to Katie Nagot, Sandy Morris in second, USA 1 and 2, Nina Kennedy for Australia. You got a third. Stefanidi, unfortunately, could not hang with them. China is starting to appear in this pole vault. This is going to be very interesting going forward to the future. Very interesting going forward to the future. No, that's not Belgium. Nope, that's not Belgium. I was correct. This athlete is from Germany. So let me correct the correction earlier. No, this athlete was not from Belgium. That athlete was from Germany. So yeah, she's definitely from Germany. The one that I put a picture up earlier. So congratulations to them. Pole vault is my personal favorite event. I was trying to keep track of that. Unfortunately, they did not have a shot put camera because the way this was going back and forth. Let's go through the progression here. The way this was going back and forth, I was excited to look at this. Championship record for Ryan Krauser. So he came back and took the crown away from Joe Kovacs. We got a sweep for USA right here. Another freaking sweep. Congratulations. They said I was pulling for Sandy too. Lisa Blackman said. Trinish Dababa used to use... oh, yeah. Yeah, she did use her other teammate as a pacer. But let me see here. Let me see. Joe Klecker was redlining. Okay, I'm catching up to doing that. USA doing very well on home ground. Yeah. Dang, you saying that's the 100th time you proved them wrong. But yeah, here we go. USA 123. Congratulations right here with that. Congratulations, because man, we are killing it. The United States is killing it right now. Championship record 2294, almost 23 meters, getting close to that world record range once again that he already holds. I was looking like, man, Joe Kovacs is gonna put up a competition, but guess what? He came in first one 22-21. Guess what? It got answered 22-63. Marcus Thompson went up for a second, and he thought he was gonna do something. Then he was like, oh, it's only 20. But a 22-63. Okay, cool. All right. Then he said, I'm gonna extend my lead that I just had and answer your 22-63 with a 22-71. What you got coming after that? Then it was nothing real quick. It went back and forth. Then it was like, okay, I got you. I'm going 22-89. He took over the lead with Joe Kovacs. I felt like this had to be one of the more exciting shot put, just like 2019. But guess what? USATF, don't be focusing on things like that for whatever reason, or World Athletics. I hope that they upload it later, only shot put, so I can see this, because this was exciting just from the replays that they were having and the going back and forth. He went 22-80 freaking 9, and then it went 22-94, and he said wrap, and then it was the final put 22-42. It was over, and it was USA 1-2-3. Congratulations for that. Congratulations for that, because it took a personal best for Josh Awatunde. Sounds like a Nigerian name right there. He could have represented Nigeria. Great thing he stayed in the U.S. We got that sweep. 1-2-3. It took a personal best for him to get third with that 22-29. Congratulations on that personal best, championship record, and everything for the United States. They said USA needs to, or track and field needs to be promoted more in the U.S. I think it is kind of promoted. It's just the way they cover it is pretty boring. Like right now, it's too many dang events. I gotta be honest. I'm covering all of these out of respect of all of the athletes and whatnot, but I would cut at least half the events out. At least half. And if it were me, I would run with only 11 events total. It's 43 events. 44 if you include the marathon for both of them. But it's 44 when you include the marathon. I'm like, that's too dang many. Too dang many. Cut that in half. Now, 100-meter hurdles. We got the men's semifinal. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got the men's semi, heptathlon. Let me cover the men's 1500 semi. I'm just going to go over the names, and then I'm going to do the summary. Daryl, I know what your guilty pleasure is, considering Kadi Sagnia. Oh my goodness. You said she's very talented. The men's 400-meter hurdles was fire. Oh yeah, I got to cover that. Thank you for pointing that one out. So here we go. Here are your qualifiers. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read the final list. Hopefully they got the heat sheet out and they ain't messing up. Where's the start list at? So we got, they ain't got the names up? Okay. Whatever. All right. All right. That's weird. Now, we got, man, the names were just up here. What is going on? What is going on? IAAF need to get this one up here. We got Kipsang, Katir, Whiteman, Lemmy, McSween, Rosemis, Thompson, Tanner. No, not Tanner. Josh Kerr, Garcia, Inga Britson, which went through another athlete. If I was an Ethiopian guy, I would be protesting. Timothy Chariot. This is going to be very, very interesting between both of them. Inga Britson and Chariot. And then we got Fontes. Those are your qualifiers for tomorrow's 1500. And because World Athletics is glitching up right now, I won't even be able to show you what the rounds look like. Now, here's the semifinal for the 400-meter hurdles. Then we're going to get over to the 110 hurdles, and then the women's 1500 or women's 100. phase summary. I don't know what's going on here, but let's go. Yo, Dos Santos looks real good. Vorholm, I thought he was going to sandbag this one, in which he did. He wants to get that more outside lane. He's the second fastest one, so he should be in lane 6. Dos Santos is probably going to get lane 5. And then that means that leaves Rye Benjamin in lane 4 for being the... actually, he ran slower. No, he ran faster than Rye Benjamin. So he's in between both of them. Rye Benjamin's probably going to be in lane 3. I don't know what the lane setup here is, but we got Dos Santos looking real good and dominating. If either one of the two top guys are falling off, Dos Santos is getting that second or a win. But Warholm looks very, very good. Dos Santos put out a dominating race. But, yeah. You said you thought the 400-meter hurdles was going to be a little bit faster. Chariot was only running to make the final. Yep. So, I think this is within the realms. Warholm, especially coming after that strain, I don't think he should be pushing himself that hard. Then we got Hopio, Bassett, Rosser. Those two from the USA, so this is good to get 2 Americans in there. We got 3 Americans, actually, with Benjamin. And then we got Magi from Estonia, and then we got Jahil Hyde from Jamaica. This is going to be very, very interesting how this is going to go. Hopefully, I can get a final sheet here. Let's see. No data available, so they haven't set up the finals yet. So I can't really do a prediction too much. I'm just going to call it's going to go the same guys last year in the same order. Different time. I don't think a world record is going to happen, but hey. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want the start list. All right, let's pull up these last 2. Smash the like buttons while you guys are here. I appreciate everybody. YouTube is telling me to put out an ad instead of putting out an ad. If you guys want to add to the channel and whatnot, drop that tip bar on the Cash App or PayPal and whatnot. The Cash App is $HeadAndShouldersATR. So, appreciate you guys. Check that in the chat. I just dropped that in the chat for you guys. But anyway, let's cover this right now. Now, once again, they don't have the names up here. So we're going to do it on this black and white sheet. But that's not bad. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I was very much... They said, Timothy the Inventor said, I'm saying Dos Santos 46.65, Warholm 46.74, and Benjamin 46.77. I don't really have too much time. I'm not too focused on the time there. To me, I can't say what time they're going to do in the 400 hurdles. That's a little bit too hard for me to predict that one. But in the places, yeah. Now, with this, they said, did you cover the morning session run, the 400 meters, etc.? Oh yeah, I forgot the 400. That's what I forgot. Thank you, Panesh. I covered everything else except for the 400. Yep, that's what I was. And I was about to forget the 400 hurdles. I think I'll do that real quick right before I do the women's 100. Now, with this, I was looking at first off, once Parchment pulled up with just a warm-up drill on the hurdle, like, that's the absolutely worst time. Jamaican fans were like, what? They were like, okay, let me just act like I didn't see nothing. Let me just act like I didn't see nothing happen. Okay? I'm going to act like I didn't see nothing happen. So, I'm just going to be like, yeah. I know the feeling here. I know the feeling. She had to adjust the sunglasses. She was representing all the Jamaican fans and other fans of Parchment that were not in Jamaica and looking at it. And was kind of representing me, because if the U.S. is going to win, I want to win and I want to destroy you. Like, I want to win and destroy you. I don't want no... Like, it's different if you were injured earlier in the season. But you injured right before here. It's like somebody getting false started out and I'm confident I could beat you. And then I run. And then I'm like, that guy wasn't there. Yeah, I'm a world champ. I'm an Olympic champ. I got the gold, whatever it is, and then you're not there. Like this was that was kind of like, dang, I was really disappointed. I was very disappointed. Now, on the other hand, I'm looking at the medals and like, okay, it gets a little bit easier for a USA sweep. There's nobody else that can upset that. Yeah, I know, right? Only 5 finishers in the 8-man race. Okay, and then after that, Allen with the false start he had a perfect start. 0.99. Really? Did they say 1.0 or whatever? So that means he had a perfect start. Man, drop the technology stuff and all that fancy stuff. Just eye it out. Eye it out. Because as many times as Veronica Campbell-Brown got the jump on the start, man, you lucky. Man, people are lucky Veronica Campbell-Brown did not have technology back then. Because I can pull up a race right now. I might share it tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to look for it. But Veronica Campbell-Brown had a clear false start. Clear false start. But the officials or whatever did not. And that was the one that she won against Jeter. Or maybe it was Jeter that got the false start. No, I think it's Veronica Campbell-Brown. She got out because people were like, she got a good start. I think I pulled it up here before last year. And then y'all were like, no, she got a good start. And then I put it in slow-mo with the sound playing. And you seeing the gun and gun smoke. And y'all were like, oh, I see now. Yeah, she didn't get a good start. She had a false start. Just go back to that. It's human error in these things. To me, it's whatever. But maybe I'm just a young, old person where the sport needs to evolve or something. But that's just me. I should use my NFL money if I were Allen to do that. Now, I will say this. While that was going on, Grant Holloway was spooked. He had to be spooked. Because when he was officially out, when Allen was officially out, he was holding back a smile. He kind of looked like one of them super villains. Dr. Evil or something like that. Because the dude was trying to hold in a smile. He was doing this. He did the Coleman thing in his head. He was trying to hold his face, but they put the camera on him, and he did a little smirk. I'm going to get a screenshot for that one tomorrow. Like, that was crazy. And the fact that they don't allow you to run under protest, that's messed up. But this whole, even the women's 100, I'm still kind of, I couldn't really enjoy what happened after that in a sense that, okay, that was a great feat to watch because I was ruined from this. Like the whole thing. So yeah. Yeah, one of them young old Negroes. We got a lot of those hanging around, but we call them the sellouts. But anyway, Grant Holloway with the win, 13.03, fake champion. A win is a win, still. Win is a win nonetheless. I think this is worse than what happened when people were saying, hey, look, Dina Asher-Smith ain't running with good competition stuff. I got to just bring that one up there. He jogged, he looked around, he celebrated. I'm not really too happy with that. I'm just going to say, like, kind of fake champion. Like, he's a real champion, but at the same time, fake champion. Win is a win. So, congratulations to him. I'm just not too happy about the stuff that happened there. He's not in control of that, right? He's not in control of that. He won, so I'm not going to take away from him, per se, but things could have ended very different. Then we got Trey Cunningham. Man, he did his job. We thought we was going to get a sweep. Hey, 13.08. Hey, Martinez from Spain, España. Hey, he did his job. Got a personal best in this. 13.17. I know that man is extremely happy. So, congratulations to those three that got that. You're in the medals, then not so fast. You false started. I know, right? I didn't see any false starts. Congratulations to Jamrock for the sweep. It was never Tokyo. I mean, DQs happen after track races, not before track races. Yeah, they could do that after the race. Bahamas didn't get screwed. She false started by a lot. She just wouldn't accept it. It was like 0.93. Yeah, it was clear that she false started, but still at the same time, with the U.S. lax policies on false starts, man, just let Gator come in there. Matter of fact, I just don't like the rule where it's a one and done. I personally don't like that. It makes the tension up, but it should be like one charge to the field and then, go ahead. But I understand why they do it. Now here we go. Who was talking about Elaine Thompson-Herah being able to deliver at the World Championships? Please, somebody tell me. Please, somebody tell me. Please, somebody tell me about Elaine Thompson-Herah being able to win the 100 at the World Championships. Now, she got a medal. People were saying, don't worry about Elaine Thompson-Herah. Oh, Elaine Thompson-Herah can do this. Man, people be talking a lot. It seems like she, right now, until she's proven otherwise, she performs at her best at the Olympics. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because, the year after the Olympics, sometimes those Olympic champions can't hold it through. It's very hard to get one championship medal. It's extremely hard to do it 4 years later. In this case, 5. It's very hard to come year in and year out and run fast times and do that. So I gotta say that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gotta be one of the greatest 100-meter athletes we've ever seen. The only thing she's missing is a world record. In all honesty, she's missing a world record. That's the thing that she's missing in that portfolio. It's like Shelly-Ann steps on the track, and if she's not injured, she's going to win at the championship. Forget the rest of it, because people be like, every time Elaine is healthy. Man, Elaine is healthy right now, and look where she's at. 3rd place. Elaine is healthy right now, and where is she at? 3rd freaking place. Okay, Panache said I was wrong about Elaine. Okay, and he said I fear she might not medal in the 200. Well, yeah, the way that Dina Asher-Smith looked in the 100. Remember, the 200's her even better event. Elaine Thompson-Herah is good in the 200 too. So if she could pull it, then yeah. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I still think she's the weakest link out of them, out of the 3 Jamaicans in this, but she might surprise. Now, let me say something real quick. Have we all forgot about something? Shericka Jackson in this 100. Now it's confirmed. Some of y'all be coming in and checking in and out of the live stream. I think that's probably why the numbers fluctuate. And when y'all come in and check, and y'all be like, he's finally talking about this, we gonna come in. That's why the numbers pump up. Smash the likes when you're in here. That costs you nothing. Smash the likes. That shows that the YouTube algorithm to show this out. Smash the likes, if you will, because that helps show this to more people. Because we want to keep expanding the sport. We want to expand it to people that may be looking for boxing, that may be looking for NFL, NBA, MLB, basketball, football, soccer, American football, international football, whatever it is. We want them to see that. So, did anybody forget about Shericka Jackson, Action Jackson here? Now, didn't y'all say that Shericka Jackson could never beat Elaine Thompson-Herah? Could never get out a better start than her? That she's such a bad starter? Didn't I tell y'all over and over? What the heck was that falling? Didn't I tell y'all over and over that Shericka Jackson, her coach, herself, they said they're going to eye running a world record if possible. So that means he must see that she got that potential in her. She's young enough still to be able to do something like that. And I don't know about that because anybody can say world record. But Shericka Jackson is not to be trifled with. Like, she's not to be trifled with. She gets herself good. Now, she got some goofball stuff that goes on. She's a little bit of an airhead, yeah, to be honest. But I'm telling y'all, I noticed, I see talent. I know talent when I see it. And Sharika Jackson, the Chrissy Rose said, who said that with a whole bunch of question marks. Man, it was a lot of people that said that. If you go back to one of my previous streams, just during the Jamaican trials and everything, it was people still doubting that Sharika Jackson was going to be able to finish above Elaine Thompson Hewitt. And I still say she might have still been able to beat Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. I mean, had this been a little bit different, she might have been able to beat her. But hey, she didn't beat her. So I didn't get that one 100% right. But what I do know is that when I looked at her and Sharika Jackson, then there you go. And also, funny thing is here, you know how consistent Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is right now? Look at all those 10-6s. The only time she ran that 10-7 this year, she's literally been at 10-67, exactly on the spot. How do you become a metronome? That means you're a robot. It don't matter the wind. It doesn't matter altitude. She running in wind resistance at altitude, 1067. Running with the slight tailwind, 1067. Running at Jamaican trials, has she not had that very questionable start? She just came and walked out the blocks. She wanted to be safe. She didn't want to do a false start, a needless false start, by the way, because she's a defending champion. So she just walked out the blocks. That was another 1067 performance, I'm convinced. Because she walking out the blocks and ran 10-7 flat, which was an old PR. Then she comes here. Okay, bot, get the heck out of this chat. Then she comes up and then she runs another 10-6-7 with a positive 0.8 tailwind. Nobody can tell me that she doesn't have a great start, one of the greatest starts out there, the greatest start, and that she ain't a phenomenal runner at her older age. You can't even say it's the shoes. All of them out there are running shoes on a track that's faster than the previous versions of tracks. So if you say, well, if this was in the past, they would have been running 10-7 high or 10-8s. Guess what? Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, with those same conditions with everybody else on the track, would have still won. It don't matter if they were running 11-6. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is in front of them. Man, it's so crazy. 10-6-7, 10-6-7, 10-6-7. You see that? World leading. Why does it got world leading twice? I guess. Oh yeah, because it's double world leading, so they gotta put it. Championship record, world leading. She's very consistent. They said the finish is that's what did it for. Let me read up the comments here. They say if Sharika gets a start and holds on at that middle stretch, she'll take the national record, maybe even the world record. If not this championship, then soon. You must be talking about the 200. With Elaine not looking the best, the 4x4 record won't go. No. And oh yeah, by the way, I kind of saw Kimber Nelson not making it. Unfortunately, I think Kambunji wasn't gonna make the final if Prison Break didn't false start or whatever happened to her. I forgot now. I think she had a false start. Julian Alfred, and I don't say Prison Break to be demeaning. They just gave her a black uniform yesterday, and she looked like she came straight out of prison. Today, people were saying she was looking tired, but I looked at her like, nah, she just looked very serious, very calm, relaxed, and everything like that. And she was ready to blight them up. I wholeheartedly believe Kambunji, the slowest qualifier, wouldn't have made this final, and then we might have had something else. Now, Dina Asher-Smith. Now, to all of y'all that was doubting Dina Asher-Smith here before on previous years. Now, not now, because I was doubting her here. But I will say this, and I changed my tune now, which is why I did a counter bet. I'm glad I did. So all I'm doing on all of my bets is breaking even and not losing money. So at this point, it's just going to be net. Now, Dina Asher-Smith with the 1083, which is basically matching her national record, matching her personal best. I think this is phenomenal. That shows what type of shape she's in, which means she's going to come in with that 21-8 shape if she has the speed endurance strength. That's going to be a very big question mark on Dina. But she said she's feeling good, looking good, and everything like that. I think Dina Asher-Smith in that 200 might be a threat right here. Depending on how Elaine Thompson-Herah is going to hold through on this. There's no guarantee of a sweep. Just because you got the 100-meter win, that does not guarantee a sweep in the 200. Those are two different things. Panache said, I believe Steiner is going to choke. Look at all these college kids, Panache said. Man, Panache, haven't you been wrong on most of your predictions? That's what the comment section said. Now, I can't remember your predictions. But, hey, audience, haven't y'all said Panache been wrong on most of his predictions? I think, man, I like those odds for personally from the USA. So if you say she gonna choke, that means she gonna do the opposite. So if you've been wrong, that means Steiner might be up there, might gonna be getting a medal. So that's great. Keep on saying it. What else you got? Are you about to say that the Jamaicans are definitely about to win medals? Go ahead, say that. Go say that next prediction. So that they do the opposite, and then we get everybody else to do that. Now, I want to shout out to Talu here. She changed coaches. She's been lifting weights and stuff. She didn't look like she was straining like her normal self. Maybe she did need to strain on this one. Talu been out here just showing up. Y'all know she's only 2 years younger than Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. She's only 2 years younger than Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. She's the second oldest in the field. She's out here competing. At this point, they're like grandmas. Like in the sports world, you're looking like these are the two grandmas of track and field right here. Same thing with Alice and Felix. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Talu, Ahore. They're like the grandmothers of track and field. Like, no offense to that, but that's just kind of how it is. That's what Gail Deaver said. She was like, well, when I was competing around this age, I felt like a grandmother. So I'm only repeating what Gail Deaver said. But yeah, they're like the grandmothers of track and field. They said, Panache say Jamaica won't sweep. Uh-oh. They said, hey, they're telling you, Panache, say Jamaica won't sweep so that it can do the opposite. Oh my goodness. They said Trey Cunningham, one of the few college kids that actually performed well so far, Ron said. Yeah. I personally think that Brianna Williams might have performed about the same as Kimber Nelson. I'm not going to lie. I don't think she would have made the final either. If the same thing happened with Julian Alfred getting... I was going to do another prison pun, but I'm going to leave her alone. She didn't really ask for it. She hasn't done anything. But with her getting locked and boxed out of the 100, then the thing is, I don't think Brianna Williams would have done much different. Because, sure, I mean, Nelson got a faster PR than her, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, if that was the case, maybe, you know what? She's a championship performer. So she might have made the final, now that I think about it, with an extra 3 weeks of training with Bolton. So she might have made the final, but who's to say? They say I'm feeling fourth for Abby. Shelly's second half of her 100-meter was just so smooth all season leading up to the championships. Yep. They said, shouldn't tonight's win boost work in the Jamaica's favor? Yes and no. Melissa Jefferson, let me shout out to her. She ran an 11:03 long college season just like the other collegiate athletes. I got to say that for no matter what country they're representing, these collegiate athletes, whether in the heptathlon, whether in the long jump, shot put, the sprints, the distance, they've been having a long season. So shout out to all the collegiate athletes out there that have been competing, whether you competed well or not, for the ones especially that made the finals. Melissa Jefferson, shout out to you. I think that was quite random, just like what happens in the U.S. quite frequently. So many different people could win the U.S. Aaliyah Hobbs choked here, in my opinion. She's been running too consistently well for her to have choked right here and not run another 10-8. So this is choking to me that she ran a 10-9 low. It might actually be right within her realm, her wheelhouse. That's actually somewhat consistent. I would have just liked to see her break 10-9. That would have been a little bit more satisfying for me. Kambunji doing her thing as best she can, 5th place. Talu, shout out to you again. She did not get the 4th place. She's not the cleanup crew this time around, but hey. They said Dina Asher Smith making the podium for the 200. They said, Panache said, here go another prediction from Panache. The Alpha Man said, I will cash app or send a super chat to anyone who can predict a Jamaica sweep and it comes true. Not gonna happen. The Alpha Man said. Panache just said, judging from the way the Jamaicans running this evening, it's highly likely Jackson will run the 21-5 again. They said, but come on, guys. Last night I did predict the Americans would all choke. Uh-oh. Let me look at the prediction for the 200. Let me see if they got that one up here. Let me see if they got the heats, because the other day, remember, they didn't have it. The women's marathon about to be fired tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. The men's 200 heat start list. Let's see if they got it up here. Come on, let's see if they got the 200 heats, the women heat start list. Let's see if they got it. Let's do our predictions right here. The gamble effect. The gamble effect. God damn it. The names ain't popping up again. Why? World Athletics, get your site together. Let me go through the official start list and see if that pulls something up. All I see are times. I could probably guess who is who with the biggest name athletes with the times, but let's see this. They said Tamara Clark is a sleeper for sure. Okay, as customary, let me do my prediction here. This is the men's 200 round 1. Let's look at this. Very interesting. Area 9, Usain Bolt and all that stuff. Whatnot here. Let's see. De Silva. Fambule is going to make it through. Oh, what's the qualifying standard? First 3, then the next 3 fastest times. All right, let's look at number 1. Let's see. Jerome Blake from Canada. Well, Fambule is definitely making it through. I'm going to say Jerome Blake for Canada. Why is it an I next to that 20.57? Is that indoor? Or no, that's not indoor. At least I don't think. Maybe that's a hand time. I don't know what that is, but okay. Amoa probably is going to make it. It's going to be very interesting, but I think De Silva's going to have a very hard time in lane 2. And then we got Joe Ferguson. Why did they put Ferguson in lane 8? And then De Silva got that tight-ass turn. Those two are going to be struggling out of those turns. And they're some of the faster athletes in the field. I guess it's, quote, randomized lanes. They said the stage was too big for Melissa Jefferson. To be honest, I mean, when she was at the NCAA, she did get like, what, 5th or 7th? So, at the finals. So, this isn't really surprising. But I don't agree with that one, per se. I think it just, she hasn't found the consistency yet. Now, Heat 2. So my whole thing is, I know for sure, or I believe pretty good, that Fambule and Blake are going to make it. But it's really going to depend on that curve. The way Great Britain typically runs this, I think Ferguson can make this out. But Rodriguez de Silva should really be making it out for Brazil in lane 2. But he got a tight-ass turn. So, Heat 2. Jareem Richards is, I'm looking at the name right here. He should be fine. Then looking at here, Japan should make it out with Izuka. He's been looking pretty damn good himself. Aaron Brown surprised me in the 100. So since he's got his mental together and what happened last year, he's definitely making it through. Those 3, that's what I look there. Now looking at Heat 3. Knighton. Let me look at this field. This one is actually, comparatively speaking, it's a little bit more difficult and a cakewalk at the same time. So we got Adams right here and Knighton. Those two are making it through. Who's my third prediction? Martinez and Mitchell Blake. Oh yeah, Mitchell Blake actually should make it. Because I'm like, both of them on paper, he's in the lane 8 ain't as bad as lane 2. So I would say he could do that. Now, Akeem Bloomfield. This is going to be a question mark. Does lane 2 affect him just like on this last one with the silver in heat 1? Is that lane 2 going to take away all that momentum? This is going to be interesting. But remember, only the top 3 make it. And they're making it fast with Knighton in lane 3, then Bloomfield right there. He can pick off a Knighton for as fast as he might be going. That's good for him. And Knighton's going to be looking to the outside, probably 2 lanes off of that. So I'm going to say Bloomfield, Knighton, and Adams. That's what I'm going to say from South Africa. Dina didn't run the UK trials. She's defending champ. Yep, in 200. Now, looking at this, they say I claim Dina as Jamaican, so if she medal with the other 2 ladies, then it's a sweep. Luna said. Come on now. All right. Now, here's heat 4. Kenny Bednarek, he's going to make it out. Let me look at the actual names here and looking at how they are head to head. Oh, Ogando, he's looking pretty good so far at these championships anyway. So I'm going to say he's going to make it through. He's on fire this year. So Ogando from Dominican Republic, he's looking good. And then I'm going to just go out here and say we got a Ugandan athlete that's about to maybe surprise Muhammadu Fall. If the Ugandan athlete gets out and uses Kenny Bednarek on his inside, that's most likely going to pass him up as a slingshot. Then Orgot from Uganda is going to do something big. This is going to be big. These African nations are starting to show up from least suspected areas. Least suspected areas. From least suspected areas. So here we go. We got these little sex freaking spammers coming up here. I don't know what the heck is going on. Now, let's go here to the next one. Nope, that's not the same Santos. Heat 5. Johan Blake is most likely going to make it through. But he's going to have some trouble here. I got to be honest. He's going to have some trouble with this. But we got Fred Curley. He's obviously going to make it through. He's got the buzz of the win from the 100. Man, they might have rigged that 100 in his favor. Man, Bracy might have been, I don't know. He took choppier steps than he normally did. That just seemed like that was too surreal with that. Maybe they rigged the 100. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to say something outlandish now. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these races are kind of given to certain athletes, even in the middle of a race. Bracy, when I looked at it, I looked at this race over and over and over, and I'm like, Bracy looks uncharacteristically even more choppy than normal. Where it's just like, is he going hard at all? Is he going hard? But you would think it's kind of hard. But if you faster than everybody else and y'all making sure all of y'all doing good, then yeah. But in all seriousness, Fred Curley coming off the win. They said Udodi did not look good in the 100. Don't think he'll make it through. Aiden Murphy could be the surprise qualifier for Australia. Could be a good point there. But Fred Curley is definitely going to make it through. I think Blake is going to make it through because he pretty much makes first rounds. It don't matter what anybody else looks like on paper. He's good to make it through the first round. I know that much. I'm not really doing that. The Frank Wise said, how would they rig the 100? Well, you just kind of make sure that if certain scenarios happen, you try to set it up for a certain person to win. That's all you got to do. You can rig that in races and other stuff too, but I said that as a joke, really. I said it as a half joke. The half joke part was the truth. The half truth part was Bracy looking like he's more choppy than he normally is. That just looked uncharacteristic to me. Otherwise, I don't really think they raped the 100. Don't take that one too serious. Okay. Andre DeGrasse, this is going to be questionable. I think he can make it through the first round, but the whole field compared to what he's doing now and how he's looking is kind of stacked for him. I think Tortu makes it through from Italy, and then Great Britain, Jamili, he's finally back. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. I haven't noticed him through the rounds either if he ran 100, but Jamili, those two are making it through. I can't call anybody else. Everybody's too freaking close there. Final round here. We got Noah Lyles. He's definitely going to make it through. I went straight to his name. He's got a very interesting field of 19-second PR runners, but otherwise, he's kind of got a cakewalk field. I think his is a little bit harder than the first heat. So, we got China's going to make it through. China's been looking good. G, I think he's got it through. And then we got Dwyer of Jamaica. I think he could make it through, but he might have to qualify on time. Like I am confident in G, in Lyles, and then Harrison Jr., Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not sure about, but I know for two people, G and Lyles. Everybody else, I don't care what they look like on paper. I'm thinking about the head-to-head matchups here. Yep. They said when will break 10.49. Broken world record 10.49. All right. Using a little bit of broken English. I'm guessing English must not be your first language. Here's the final thing we're going to do. Here's the start list for the women's 200 round 1. Sharika Jackson got this taken out. Let's see. Is it the first 3 plus the next 6 fastest? Why are they taking 6 women out of this? Oh, I guess it's because it's one less heat, I think. Instead of 7, it must be 6. Yep. Okay, so Sharika Jackson, Action Jackson right here has got that one. Man, this is very, very interesting in these contrast of times. Odion for Bahrain, the former Nigerian. I think she might make it through with here. Suarez, she looks like it on paper, but I'm going to go with somebody in the middle lane and say Kadari of Italy. I trust her to produce at this time. I trust her to produce. Nigeria is actually pretty quick on here. I forgot about Chukwuma. Rosemary over here. She's going to make it through. So it's Rosemary, Jackson, and Odion. I say those 3, they should have a, quote, easy time, especially Sharika Jackson. Everybody else going to be running and racing behind her. Okay, I'll do that after this. Thank you for pointing that out. Then we got Martins for Brazil. Oh yeah, I'm at 11:33. Let me speed this up. My energy is over here on read mode. Maybe that's the hill workout I did earlier. Let me wake up, because I've been on here reading like I'm National Geographic and Joe. So look at this. Let's see. This second heat is very interesting. We got a bunch of 22 athletes all matched up against each other. And then we got a Lane Thompson hero on the outside lane right here in lane 8. So with her being right here, she's making it through. But that means I think the person that's going to make it through on time, they're coming out of here. Masalingi, very interesting that Masalingi is lined up. I thought Masalingi and Boma were not running this. But what winded up happening, let me see if Mboma is here. I think Mboma is not. Remember how I said Masalingi and Mboma, because they put the articles out, they said they weren't doing it, they went in interviews, and then last minute Masalingi, which I think Masalingi is trying to get out of the same training camp. This is going to be interesting. Masalingi, depending on how Beatrice is feeling, then Masalingi can make it through. Alright, Masalingi can make it through. I still feel that I'm keeping the same energy as I said with Sini from Niger. I don't think the DSDs, well, it's not, I don't think, according to World Athletics and the findings that they put out, DSD athletes should not be competing with females. So if by chance Masalingi wins, I am not going to acknowledge it myself. I'm going to acknowledge it to the point where I will be obliged to because Mussolini will be the champion or to get a medal. But at this point, I do not think it is fair for DSD athletes to compete against the females. So, with that being said, Lloyd, I think, is looking pretty good, and Karstoff right there. Now, looking at this one. Sini, there we are with Niger. Same energy right there, like I said. Same thing. Talu's going to make it through. I pretty much trust Talu. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is going to make it through. And most likely Sini is going to make it through in heat number 3. Now we got Dina Asher-Smith. Based on how she's looking, she's making it through for sure. Clark, I'm sure she's going to make it through looking at this one. Then coming down on this list, let me see who we got in here. Gina Bass from Gambia. I kind of trust her doing that. Gaither from Bahamas. I think she's going to get this one out of the outside lane. But because she's not next to anybody, this is going to be very interesting that the advantage might go to one of the Ivory Coast or the Gambian athlete. Yeah, heat 3 is stacked. Here we go. Now, heat number 5. Let me look at this real quick. We got Zubechi from Nigeria. I think she's making it out with Abby Steiner. Kambunji knows how to make it out. That's your 3 right there. I can't see anybody else doing it unless Lauren Gale from Canada kind of bust her behind out, bust her booty, and just run out of herself. Now, I'm only talking about the automatic qualifiers. Now, heat number 6. We got Favro Philly. She's making it through. That's just going to be the thing here. I think this one looks actually a comparatively easiest heat that I can look at so far. We got a 25-second athlete in this field. A 25 second athlete in the field. So that tells me one thing. This was the athlete that they allowed to let on because of maybe the ranking of points or something like that. So this is cool. This is kind of like the 100 where they had that preliminary rounds of athletes that were running 10 6s, 10 8s, 10 9s. So this is cool. You get representation and you fill in the lane. So they had to fill in the lane. They got an athlete that runs 24/7 as a personal best and 25/5. Nice. Okay. Pretty young athlete too. So we got Ophelia. We got Prandini is going to make it out. She's going to kill him on the curve. And then who's our third athlete? This one, Beecher from Australia, looks like it on paper. But there's no guarantee because the Cyprus athlete right here, Fodopoulos, could actually take that one. So that's going to be hard for me to call between those two. And then New Zealand's holes might be able to do something. We're about to see. They said, I love seeing the small countries get represented, watching the athletes lower their national records. I know, right? Give me just a second, y'all. I'm going to cover the men and women's heats of the 400, and then we out. I got this rabbit tearing things up in this other room I got her in, so give me a second. All right, I'm back. Let's do the final coverage right here of the heats of the 400 meters because I completely forgot about that one. I'm gonna give these 5 minutes total, so I'm about to zoom through them because that's what I do when I'm just covering the when I'm covering the summary of them. Unfortunately, they don't have this here. I think people still think Shanae Miller-Uibo gonna get the world record. I just don't see it. She's just not fast enough to get the world record for the women. But let me cover the men first. They said the 200 meters is going to be fire. Strawn. Prandini and Strawn. Oh, yeah. Did I forget Strawn in there? And forgot to read her name and whatnot? So, it looks like we're going to be in for a treat for this one. We got Wade Van Niekerk looking good right now. I wonder if he's in the world record shape right now. We're going to see. Karani James looking pretty decent. Ndoro from Botswana. 44.87 personal best. This is that younger athlete right here. I think he went all out. He was running scared in that heat. He was running scared. He said, you know what? He was in heat 5. He was in heat number 5. And he was like, I'm running scared against Karani James. And he was running, sprinting with his eyes closed at the end. I'm over here looking like, why is he going this fast? So, that's very interesting. We got Michael Norman doing this thing. We're gonna see what happens to him in the next round. Then we got Jonathan Jones making it through. Hudson Smith, I've been tracking him. It's gonna be very interesting. He's gonna get another personal best. He had set the British national record earlier this season. I was so happy when he did that here. Then we got Champion Allison made it through for USA. Then we got Nathan Allen for Jamaica. Then we got Haydock Wilson for Great Britain. Then we got Christopher Taylor for Jamaica. Nene for South Africa. The Borley brothers right there, the Borley. So this is very interesting. Shout out to them for having the longevity to stay in the sport for these brothers. Just shout out to them for having longevity. Like, they've been in this for Belgium for so freaking long. They just been showing up at nationals, at worlds, at Olympics. They just show up and show out. So shout out to them. Michael Cherry, I think he actually got a bid for the Diamond League or something like that. Didn't he win Diamond League 400 last year? So with that being said, he got a bid, and we got an extra USA athlete here. So that's pretty cool. Or at least we got him in there because he had the bid. So not necessarily extra. But there you go. Then we got Samukanga, Bonavecchia, Felice from Dominican Republic, Sato, and Walsh from Japan. Makwala for Botswana. Gonna be very interesting to see what he does. I think he's kind of hit the peak of his life, but he's definitely strong for these relays. I don't think he's gonna make it out of the semis. Alex Beck for Australia. Then we got Litvin from Kazakhstan, Odell for Ireland, and then we got a final qualifier from Belgium, Alexander Doom. Very, very interesting name. Very, very interesting name. Let's go here. They said Van Niekerk is looking very good. I know, right? I think Van Niekerk is about to win it all. The way he's looking, I think he's going to take this whole thing right now. Now, looking at this, Shanae Miller-Weibo, she had the most cake snowflake heat that they could put together. I can't believe that these heats are quote-unquote randomized when all of the slowest athletes came out. Okay, Shanae Miller-Weibo ran a 51:10, and she had massive gap on the rest of the field. Okay, look at all of these 51s in a row. Okay, the other ones were 50 point. All these 51s in a row, right? Then we got 50 points. I'm just like, man, they quite literally gave her the easiest one. So they wanted Shanae Miller-Weibo to do it, but Shanae Miller-Weibo, I don't see her getting the world record with that. The championship record, 47.99, possible. She's gonna have to run outside of herself, right? The 47.99, she's gonna have to run outside of herself. I think old girl that's banned right now, she might be able to get it. Daryl Richardson said, ATR, I'll become a fan of Stephanie Ann McMeltdown. Oh my goodness. Man, I think I still got that thing out here with McPherson crying and everything on here somewhere. But yeah, she really did have that meltdown last year. That's a perfect name. And then she came back with the clap this year and everything like that. But yeah, she had a full out breakdown, just like this right here, except that was out of tears of joy. I can't find it. I don't have it on this setting. On my other computer, I do. But yeah, Aaliyah Abrams made it through for Guyana. Gabby Scott, Wally. Man, look, Shanae Miller-Weibo's running so easy. It was like the 3 Jamaicans earlier in the semis where they just kind of jogged through, and every other person, and I mean every single one except for Dina Asher Smith, They were all racing to make it through to the next round. And they were like, oh, let me do a little strong tempo run. Let me do a tempo run. Yeah, okay. Now the rabbit feels it's hot in here and it's cool in the other one. Man, she is Stephanie Amick meltdown. She melted down last year. But I'm gonna give her McPherson. That was last year. She doing good here. So as long as she don't melt down again, if something happens, then we good. Now, because she had a whole tantrum. Stephanie Ann McPherson looking pretty good. Looked like she had to actually race that a little bit. So obviously she's not as fast as Shanae Miller-Uibo. It's clear at that. So she had to expound a lot more effort here than she would have liked. This was a very fast heat right here. 50, almost all the qualifiers came out of this one too. So she actually had to run pretty hard to make it through on this first round. A 50.15, right? Then we got Kazmarek, 50.21 from Poland. So she's a very good relay runner for Poland all the time. Klaver for the Netherlands. Great Britain made it by time qualification. Jurgen. Then we got Azevedo for Portugal. Then Vitorino from Brazil. Now, looking at this next one. Now, I'm surprised that Cherokee Young made it through. And she was dying real hard. I'm quite frankly, I'm glad she kept pushing through though. I'm glad she kept pushing through. I would have been very upset if she didn't. So, Steph McPherson. Okay, I get you on that one. I can get you on that one. Stephanie Ann McPherson. She definitely do be coming through pretty fierce though. That's what I like her energy with it. She just kind of had that. I can understand she was upset she didn't get a medal. So Sada Williams from Barbados. She made it through pretty darn convincingly. She just did what she needed to do. Then we got Modesta. These apostrophes and the way those letters are on her name are very, very interesting. From Lithuania. Then we got Pippi from Great Britain. Then we got Cherokee Young from Jamaica. I'm actually very pleased that she made it through. She's not making it through to the final, running like how she just ran there. But as going to University of Texas, very, very good. Hopefully I could get her on here. She did say, she actually told me directly she wouldn't mind coming on to the YouTube channel. But then I never followed up with that. So hopefully she's keeping the same energy this year and she'll come on. Then we got Marilady Paulino. I think she's using a little bit too much energy right now. People are saying that she's the favorite coming in. But Shanae Miller-Uibo is just doing the bare minimum. And Paulino is using a heck of a lot in these rounds. She ran on the relays. But yeah. They said, yeah, Shanae wants to drop to the 200. Lisa Blackman said, yeah, Shanae wants to run the 200. She's like, yeah, I got the 400. I want to run the 200, but the 200 keeps getting more stacked. Like, Shanae Miller-Uibo's a fantastic, elite 200-meter athlete, but it's like she ain't got the champ pedigree yet in the World Championships because every time she keeps tripping. She defeats herself at these championships. Will she do it again? The last time she got beat outright, the first time against Felix, she tripped. And then she didn't do it. Just like she tripped at the Olympics. Tripped at both the Olympics, matter of fact. It's kind of crazy. She just trips. So, yeah. So, Paulino is expounding too much freaking energy. I think she's already burnt out. She had to do the mixed 4x4. And I think we saw the best she could do. With her split right there, she had to chase down Simon at the end, and I think that's what she could do. Now, and she had to keep running hard enough where she wasn't gonna get caught. Now, sure, we could say that she knew how much effort she had to expound, and the coaches spoke about it and say, okay, this athlete is here on the anchor, and you need to do this. If Allison Felix is here, you need to do this much, depending on how we are. So she could have been holding back massively still. But something is telling me I don't really see her going 48 mid. Not how she's running now. She's now run 400 meters. She's gonna be running 2 more. So I don't know. I really don't know. Doesn't Paulino always look like she runs hard? I'm not talking about looking like she's running hard because she runs very messy. I'm talking about her actually running hard. And if you looked at her split, I mean, she had to chase the people down. I mean, that probably drags the near best, if not the best, out of you when you're trying to chase another team that's got a 40, 50 meter lead on you. So then we got Rashida Adeleke of Ireland, former Nigerian. I think she went on, it's either her or somebody else that was on that mixed 4x4. I don't think it's Adeleke, but y'all got to see the interview. They was like, yeah, how do you feel about beating Nigeria and everything here? And she said, yeah, I used to run for Nigeria. Sorry, not going back. Sorry, not sorry. I was like, dang. She said, I'm staying with Ireland. Then we got Lena Irby. I am so happy that she was able to hold on because I was real nervous about what was going to happen with her. It's like she went out and then she eased up. Then she had to come hard again. So happy for her representing Indiana and the Midwest very well. Representing them very, very well. To the point where I forgot what college she went to. Here we go. Dominican Republic. We got Kofil looking good. Talitha Diggs. Not looking the strongest for the United States, but fair enough. Then we got Gomez for Cuba. Then we got Anna from Poland. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. McLeod looking pretty decent, doing what she needed to do. Victoria for Great Britain, looking pretty decent. That's I think the older sister of the other athlete that's competing right now. And then we got Lada from Czech Republic, I think, and then 51-55 as a qualifier. So this is what we're gonna be looking forward to right here. Trevor Woodley said Nasser is sexy AF. She looks pretty good to me if you want to know my personal opinion, but not ATR saying it's still late, but saying it's late but still going. LOL. Look, I end at midnight. That's 7 minutes. So look, I'm out at this point. I know I'm losing people. I lost about 50 people slowly over the last 30 minutes. After I did the 100, they were like, "Man, I don't want to recap of this. You should have done this before." But yeah, I'm cover everything I'm gonna cover. So thank y'all for coming out. We got this going on here. That means you in the Midwest as well with me, or at least Central Time, either in Jamaica most likely. But yeah, I'm about done. I don't go past midnight. It ain't that serious to me. They say it's 3 p.m. here. I'm good. You must be over there in... Where the heck are you at, Timothy the Inventor? Where the heck are you at? Where it's 3 p.m.? Kenya, right? No, Kenya ain't that doing that well. Brenda Jackson says sleep deprivation is global. LOL. Man, look, I hate not going to sleep early. If y'all want to know my thing, I don't like staying up past 10 o'clock or 9 really. I love the morning time. Plus, I'll be getting up at 3 and 4 a.m. anyway. I got to do that now, so I ain't going past that. Y'all like track and field. I like track and field. I wish the championships were a little bit earlier, but here we go. They said, especially tonight, nobody's sleeping. Man, look, Jamaica partying. Some people in the USA partying. They said Steiner is not choking. No, in Doha, the mixed relays were after the women 400. Yeah, I think they wanted to get the mixed relays out, so I don't know. This is my suspicion here. They wanted to do the mixed relays because of what the potential was going to happen with Alice and Felix, one. And they most likely were going to throw her on a mixed relay regardless. Two, also, this kind of gets a chance to knock out some of the better 400-meter athletes before they start, which kind of helps Team USA. If you look at it from a strategy like that, from the host nation, think of it like, okay, we're going to knock you out because all the other nations aren't as deep as the US is in the 400. Sure, we might not win, but we could put our B squad out there and we're not touching any of our A squad in the 400 on the men or women, but a lot of you nations are touching your A squad. Notice the Borley brothers didn't even run the 400. They probably would have got them through to the final in the mixed 4x4, but they said, no, we're not running this mixed 4x4. Y'all can go send the other squad there because they're focused on an open 4. That's my tinfoil hat analysis or think about that. Lisa Blackman said, I like Lena Irby. Yeah, Lena Irby, I'm really gonna try after this. I've been saying I'm gonna try, but I really am. I haven't reached out to her or her mom in quite a while. But after this World Championship stuff is over in the fall, I'm hitting up a lot of the universities, a lot of the international athletes. I'm gonna try to do a little bit different things here in the format. Every year, I'm gonna try to do something different for y'all. But I'll talk about it on another one because we got 4 minutes left before midnight, and I'm running through about that. And it sounds like Mary trains hard, talent plus hard training plus success. My opinion, people seem to forget that these athletes train for the rounds and reps. Let me see. Only reason I'm up so late is for the tracks. That's what it seems like. Every time I see her run, she looks like she's laboring, but she is just doing her thing apparently. Yep. The only college kid looking good is Champion Allison, but I can only judge using his heat. Anyway, y'all, it's been good. It's been liking y'all. We got some pretty athletes out there on the track. Hey, do y'all know who this is? Didn't one of y'all say, isn't this what Daryl Richardson? He was like, yeah, somebody's real talented out here. Remember this athlete right here? Ain't she out here competing right now? Isn't she out here competing or about to compete? Isn't she out here competing or about to compete? Because we got some athletes that's looking mighty good out there, right? For different reasons, of course. For different reasons. And we probably got some people looking like, you know what? But yeah. They said, so 3 people are running 21.6? No way, Zay said. Yep. I know her name. I know most of these athletes' names. I just say what's their name on purpose sometimes because it's just like, hey, Brenda Jackson said super talented. They said anyone named champion is going to outperform, Trevor Woodley said. Man, y'all some funny people. But anyway, I'll catch y'all on the next one. And I'm going to just leave it off. I'm going to leave it off on this one. Y'all been watching Head and Shoulders ATR. Where's the British athlete when I need her? Where it is?
Not that. He's head and shoulders above the rest of.
Okay.
He's head and shoulders above the rest of.
All right, I'm gonna record every time they start saying that now. Head and shoulders above the rest. Right? Head and shoulders above the rest. We got that in there in a lexicon. I'm gonna record the times when the British athletes say 52 and change, because that was me that started that trend back in the 2012s, 2010s, and all of that stuff, the early 2010s. I remember they started using that shortly. So I got some weight, and I'm pulling it. So y'all have a great rest of y'all night. We got 1 minute left. So peace and much.